For this, we are going to work on our hip mobility. This is key for functional ability in the hips, mainly for athletes, because we get really, really tight hips as we're athletes. We do a lot of running, quick movements, agility, jumping, plyometrics, everything that goes along it, as well as working out. So this is a great one to help strengthen the inner hip muscles as well as open them up. So you'll get on your knees, you'll get into a lateral lunge position where the foot's straight out. Make sure your opposite knee here, the one that's down on the ground, is right aligned with your hip. Okay, the reason why is because now your knee and your hip are both supported evenly. If your knee is out a little bit, you put more stress on this hip. And that's what we don't want, because we're trying to isolate this hip over here and not work this side. So make sure that the knee is directly below, and that is huge, okay? So to start, we're gonna lift our toes straight up in the air. Good, put them down. You're gonna do that 10 times. Let's get a better look at that. So as we do it, we're going to do this one 10 times, and then you will raise your heel. Good. Good. Make sure as we do this, we don't rotate our hips. The hips stay flat, and we only raise that heel. Once you do 10, we will go to the other side. Good, let's get over. Well done. Same thing. Make sure that knee down here is straight below the hip. Very important for isolating this side. Good. This is really good hip control. Hips are nice and even, so it just moves that femur ball, which is right inside of here. Okay, very important. 10 of those hips, 10 of the... After she is done, we're gonna do the same thing, but now we're gonna use a resistance band. So I will be holding on to the resistance band just to help with the not having to suspend it, but you guys can suspend it to anything that's about hip level here. So what we'll do is go on to the other side. I'm gonna put this around your hip. Scoot over onto that. Scoot over to that side. Nope, other side. Good. So what I'm gonna do is she's gonna get into the same position she was before. So leg out, other one. Good. So I'm gonna pull on this, and she should feel that hip start to move outward. That's very important, because now we're working this side. So she's gonna go and sit down on her heel, all the way down and back up. Good. And she's gonna do that 10 times. You feel your hip out?
No, my knee popped.
Good, go, keep going. Good. Make sure you push your hips out as you go. Push your hips out. So now push your hips out. Good. And as you come up, squeeze your glutes, push the hips out. And remember, you can make this stronger by getting further away from the resistance band. You're going to do this 10 times, because now we're strengthening those hip muscles and isolating our glutes. 10?
I think so.
Perfect. Other side. Good. Good. Well done. Once again, notice how she has her knee right underneath her hip. That is big. Remember, we are trying to support our hips here, not put them in an unnatural position when we're strengthening them. So now that we're working this, we're not putting any stress on our knee because our knee is supported by our hip. Vital that we have that now. 10?
I think so.
Perfect. Awesome.